Rashad, why you
Anyway,
didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother. Trump lit.
What's up,
Any-
Rashad?
yeah.
What it do, boy?
We walk
Hey,
around the
Rashad.
world. Yeah. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. A bit of a short stream tonight because I have to get sleep at some point. And I wanted to do a whole family thing. I was like, I'll go to church in the morning. Man, I need some sleep. So with that being said, man, we're going to try to aim to make it a short stream. I've said that before a couple times and it never was. So we'll see what happens tonight. Shouts out to Claressa, man, moving up to 17-0, undisputed greatest woman of all time, greatest women's athlete of all time, the GOAT, Claressa Shields. She did it again, and it wasn't even close, man. Fight wasn't even close. Like, the only thing that was even up for debate was like whether or not like Daniels should have had one around. It was literally that bad. But shout out to Claressa Shields. I know she said she wanted to have a kid next year with Papoose. So I mean, there's that. I think she's out of her promotional deal. She said this was the last fight on her promotional deal, and she ended it out on top, selling out, packing out the Little Caesars Arena, her hometown arena, and everything like that in the state of Michigan with Detroit and everything like that. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. Daniels fought. Lonnie Daniels, she fought, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't close, but Lonnie Daniels didn't fold. She didn't take a knee. She didn't quit in between rounds. She finished out the fight fair and square, and she lost fair and square. So there it is. So now we just think, I think Ressa has two choices. She either, like they said on the broadcast, loses the weight to move down weight classes and go to someone who is going to be a little more competitive for her because there are more competitive fighters on lower weight class levels, or Layla Ali's going to take the 15 million and we'll get the blockbuster fight of, I don't know if it's going to be an exhibition or if it's going to be an actual fight of Claressa Shields and Layla Ali. So either way, I think it's going to be a really, really interesting thing. I'm looking forward to see what Ressa's next move is. And this is a W for women's sports. This is a W for women around the world. And this is a W, obviously, for women's boxing. I remember growing up, being a kid, and watching Layla Ali and thinking, oh, snap, I'm watching because this is Muhammad Ali's daughter. And she developed into become the greatest women's boxer of all time at the time. Now, Claressa Shields, this young lady who took America by storm and grabbed our hearts and attention from her wins at the Olympics and her speeches at the Olympics on the broadcast to now the biggest personality in the sport. When you think about the men's side, you know, you have Tank Davis. In terms of active fighters, there aren't many fighters who would even rival Ressa's celebrity right now, in America at least. Yeah, it's not many. Oh, okay. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. That might be about it of like fighters, period, in America right now who will rival her level of notoriety in the public. So I think it's got to be Layla Ali, or you move down. Is Bumgarner still in the discussion? I'm just thinking in terms of ticket sales. Is Bumgarner still in the discussion? We'll see. I would like to see her lose some weight and face Bumgarner, or Layla Ali take the money. But Layla, it might be over with, twin. It might be over with, twin. It might be over with, twin. I ain't gonna lie to you. But shouts out to Ressa, though. Shouts out to Ressa. Congratulations on the win, 17-0, 30 years old, looking to have a baby next year. Last fight of her promotional contract. Maybe she just steps away from the game for a little minute, for a year or two before returning. However, I would like to see her fight Layla Ali, bro. Just personally. All right, next up. Charleston White. He spoke about Neon on the Breakfast Club. Here it is.
What happened with Neon the other day in that interview with the Breakfast Club? Do you think it was more about them checking Neon and he needed to be checked, or were they reaching and that's a young kid that's making money? How do you see it, Charleston?
Well, if Neon needed to be checked, or Charlemagne the God needed to be checked for those sexual assault allegations that he had. You got to think, they're trying to check a kid during his adolescent stage. How many of us, when we were 13, 14, and 15 years old, said something stupid? We're adolescent children. You're dealing with a kid with an undeveloped brain, so how we gonna hold them accountable? When you overlook King Von, you had King Von on the podcast. King Von killed people. They had Aaron Hall on the Breakfast Club. Aaron Hall was accused of a whole bunch of stuff with Diddy. So they had a whole bunch of people on there, and they didn't bring their past up. But you're still talking about a child that was 15 years old that you're trying to hold accountable for making childish decisions. So yeah, they were wrong, homie. But I think Neon held his own. I think he done a good job.
You think that was race baiting him a little bit with the chat?
No, I don't think they were race baiting. I don't know what they were doing, but they were wrong, man. He was a kid, and he sincerely apologized. So yeah.
Say less. Hey, Charleston, thank you.
I appreciate you.
It was stuff from last year there. It will make sense. What he's saying, a lot of it does make sense in essence if you don't know the context of this particular situation. They were bringing up stuff that he said last year. And I feel like if Neon is going to sign up to go there, he should know what to expect. He obviously didn't know that it was going to get that. I feel like I've been saying the same thing about this situation for the past 2-3 weeks. It is what it is. However, it is crazy that this is the situation. I don't know, bro. He said this stuff last year, last March. It's July 2025. Some of the stuff that Neon said that was outrageous and crazy. And this is, oh man, he was a kid. He was reckless. That was March 2024. So yeah, this isn't even on the docket. It's a bonus topic. Dr. Umar talking about he's broke. This is 10-minute video. Let's get into it.
Peace and Pan-African.
My mom, she showed me this. Anton Daniels was reacting to it, and she showed me it last night. So it's my first time watching the full thing. Let's just watch it.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde Oguntade. Intercontinental Ifa Tunde RB Jesus. Coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my continental Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Brazil and my South American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to Panama and Costa Rica, my Central American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix, my Philly, my Jersey, my Maryland, my Baltimore, my Georgia, my Florida, my Arkansas, Alabama, Detroit, Chicago.
SSB is a short stream tonight.
St. Louis, Kansas City Africans. It's your big brother King Kong. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th, only to discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick. That says because this could be one of either two ways. This could be he does have ops because they breaking into the school, they destroying the school, destroying all the stuff on the inside, right? This could also be, you know, what some other people want to speculate it being.
DMG. Let's wait until August.
Me personally, I believe it's very believable for Dr. Umar to have a lot of ops.
First, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank
Agreed, SSB.
account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public,
if you don't call them ahead of time, they're gonna freeze it.
And I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. If you want to make a donation to the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. Now,
Pastor Bussy is crazy.
With that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, For my loyal supporters, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifatunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist.
SSB, you talking about the pronunciation of Bussy?
At yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/UMARTHEPSYCHOLOGIST, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1.
This is also why I thought that it was very possible that he's legit talking about fraud, because he gives out his number just kind of willing. He does this all the time on live and at speaking engagements, things of that sort. So that, you know what I'm saying, kind of gives me that believing of this might be real.
I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. But right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay. 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, or my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. Although Leo season is off to a rocky start, brothers and sisters, we will overcome. Shout out to all my donors. Newark, New Jersey, I'ma see you. Nat Turner, I'ma see you. Mobile, Alabama, I'ma see you. New Orleans, Louisiana, Hurricane Katrina, I'ma see you. Kenya, January, I'ma see you. FDMG is coming. We just got to lay down on floors, brothers and sisters. Lay down on floors, and we applying for a certificate of occupancy. I don't have any money in my pocket because my account is frozen. If you could send a few dollars to Dr. Umar for Apple Pay or PayPal, I would greatly appreciate it. Black Queens forever. Snow Bunnies never. Enjoy your weekend. Leo season forever. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Okay, let's see what the comment section says. Oh, there is no comment section right here. Let me see. Here's the Anton Daniels one. Another one. Let me try this one. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a federal. This dude casts his spells. Who is Pastor Bussy? I want to see both of y'all leave that beard die alone. Health is wealth, brothers. I think we're forgetting something. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. That's funny. Dude is becoming a Boondocks character before our eyes. Umar looks like he's on nose candy or crack cocaine. I'm just here to tell y'all the school is never coming. He must have used USAID money somehow. He is in the FBA, correct? Seems to always be the FBA's. Where's that school anyway? Anyone attend? No way he's running a business out of his personal account. That's what SSB said. Always been interesting to me that Umar and Tariq Nasheed have such a huge influence despite not having any credibility beyond being mostly incorrect narratives they propagate. He must have not a black queen forever. Did he ever build that school? He got scammed and now he's begging, shaking my head. The DEI hustle is over. Back to the park bench, like I always said. Umar is a park bench preacher. spin yak, and talking smack. Dr. Umar's pretty like he's a smart dude when it comes to like just book stuff and everything. He's actually a really smart guy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He is. I do feel like he's hit or miss on some stuff, but he is a smart. Is a reason why people keep booking him beyond just the fact that he makes funny memes. He is a smart dude. Anton Daniels everywhere. Umar is a meme in 2025. Umar is getting a lot of hate. Yeah. It's like people just getting tired, to be honest, bro. People getting tired of it. Umar done got scammed by some Africans, LOL. They saying he got scammed by the African. That's funny. Anything else? Umar begging for money on social media after all of his bank accounts have been frozen due to fraud activity. Looks like it's time to pay the piper, Jermaine Shoemake. Time to make it count for your shenanigans over the years. Don't look good. I'm interested to see how this turns out, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because my question is, aren't those things tied to? Yeah, Umar's a historian. He's a smart dude. Like, he's a smart guy. My question now is, isn't PayPal? I don't have Cash App, so I don't know about Cash App. But isn't PayPal tied to your bank account? I think so, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, let me take this off this UFC. Umar is broken out asking for donations again. Dang it, man. Like you said, he never asked for donations. That's the thing. I mean, he's never asked for money from himself. He's only asked for donations for the school and his corporations, things of that sort. All right, bet. Let me get to the next thing. Umar got a lot more ops than people think. 100%. Dr. Umar is definitely hated, bro. I know mad people that hate Dr. Umar. So he definitely has ops. PayPal is an account. Then you transfer. Once you get the money, it goes into the account. Okay, so you're saying PayPal sends by its own, and then you can transfer it to your bank from PayPal. And then I guess it's like similar with Cash App. So when he's asking for the money, he gets the money independently. Dr. Umar probably broke from tricking on white women. How you tricking on white women? He came back from Africa. He did say South Africa. Well, Dr. Umar broke, fam. I just saw a video saying his funds are froze and he's asking for donations. What's up with dudes? You'd have to be a fool to take Umar Johnson seriously. Umar's fall from grace is a sore sight. Potential to be a remarkable, great thinker and speaker, but fell for the internet smut culture. Yeah, 100%. So see, this I feel like perfectly describes it. Like, he's a smart dude, and people might laugh at you if you say like Umar Johnson's a smart dude. Ifa Tunde is a smart guy because of the memes and stuff like this. But he's a smart dude. Umar's too smart to go broke. I don't think he's broke. He's famous. So like you said earlier, people who are famous and make a lot of money because he has to make a lot of money. Umar has to make, like, I'm not buying it, dude. Umar has to make a lot of money because of those book sales and the speaking engagements. I'm telling you, as someone who bought a ticket to a Umar speaking event, it was expensive, and the book was expensive, and the line was down the whole venue to buy a book, and the venue was packed to hear him speak. So his bookings, he has to be, and he's constantly on the road. All those interviews he does, 100%. Say Cheese, Vlad, those are two platforms I know that pay. Because Say Cheese, I heard about their price from somebody else when I asked for another interview with the artist, and they said, Say Cheese paid us this much. How much you want to pay us? I ain't paying y'all for what? What I look like? Anyways, I'm going on a side tangent right there. Say Cheese pays, Vlad TV pays. He does both of them a lot. So he gets paid for those interviews. He's constantly on the road, literally always on the road doing the speaking engagement. Those bookings add up. Plus he has books out. So he's getting money from the books. And he's constantly promoting his donation links. And I know people donating to him. It's just like a Twitch streamer. If he's entertaining you that much and you have that many people watching you, Someone's gonna donate. So yeah, I say all of that to say Umar's got money, bro. And with all that money, he definitely, like SSB said, probably has multiple accounts. It's not just one bank account. It's hard for me to believe that. So I don't know. I don't know though. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope he figures it out though. People in other races know about Umar. He's not small anymore, 100%. Because the memes took him to another level. Memes took him to another level. It's still some people who don't know who he is. Like I just described to my coworker who he was the other day. Because I said, I'm like Umar. And she said, who's Dr. Umar? And I had to explain to her who Dr. Umar was. But yeah. Let me go to the next scene. Next scene. Short stream. All right, hold on. Slim Thug. He is now spoken officially on Klay Thompson. First things first, man. Before we even play this, dog, I heard more about Klay Thompson in the news and the media than I have his entire career. These past 2 weeks, it's like, goodness gracious, Klay Thompson interview. Man runs up on Klay Thompson in New York streets and asks him about dog, what? I ain't never seen this much public interest in Klay Thompson in my life. And Klay is a shy dude. He's not just, all up in people's face and everything like that. He does not like cameras. He do not like interviews. I'm just surprised that he's even open to doing all of this, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Slim Thug needs to stop talking about Meg, and there you have it, SSB. Before we even play it, but 2 minutes. Here we go. But, let me continue my Klay rant. We didn't even talk about this much when he rode the boat to practice in the Bay. We didn't talk about Klay this much when he had his dogs everywhere. We didn't talk about Klay when he had his ex-model girlfriend in the picture, the selfie of him in the reflection of the Larry O'Brien trophy. All I hear, Klay Thompson. It's crazy.
You didn't think I was that nigga. You ain't get.
I guess a lot of people want Meg Thee Stallion, which is crazy because a lot of people are talking down on Meg Thee Stallion, calling her a liar for the past couple of years. It just shows you sometimes people just be feeling a little jealous, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's go.
You didn't think I was that nigga. You ain't give Slim that chance, but you gave that nigga you thought was that nigga that chance. He not around 25 years later still buying Rolls Royces. So don't ever fucking be mad at no. Just accept the no and the rejection and know that if you a tough motherfucker like me, you gonna get your time to shine. They have to live what they told you no. Okay, if it ain't me, let's see how that work out for you. Let's see what you end up with. Yeah, I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not talking about the stallion. She got her own lost life disorder shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not talking about her. I'm talking about real life shit. Y'all gotta realize, man, that's as much as I like she the stallion, I'm not trying to, I want to be treated like the king, man. She a whole queen. That's expensive. Did you see the watch she bought that nigga 300? Man, what kind of gift you gotta buy back if she give you a $300,000 watch? I can't have no woman, little boy in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm representing boss. Hey, I cannot have a woman buying me a $300,000 watch.
That's real. You got to know your tax bracket when you're dating. Got to know your tax bracket.
Expecting me to buy her, some of that magnitude right back. Hey, baby, I know where I'm supposed to be, and that ain't it. So, yeah, that's not real. That's just, I love, Houston women, and whoever Houston, I'm cheering for you. Rappers, I'm a cheer for you. I'm a you the one, because it's true. You bad, you the one, and we love you. But actually trying to be in a real relationship, come on, man. I'm King Joffy, man. That's the only thing I'm gonna accept. Nobody doing that of that statue. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm looking for. You feel me? I know what I need. I'm acts of service is my love language. Y'all see the meals in the bed.
All right, here we go. Slim Thug is 44 years old. Klay Thompson is 35 years old. Megan Thee Stallion is 30 years old. Klay Thompson's net worth is between $80 million and $140 million. I'm sorry for using the AI, by the way. AI over V instead of just going somewhere. Slim Thug's net worth is around $2 million. So there you have it. Thompson low-key takes care of his woman. Dating models as an NBA player and them quiet. He probably gave them gifts. I think Clay just has a good taste. I'm not gonna lie to you. Clay just has good taste, dog. I think he picks the right partners. He picks the right woman. I've never heard anything about Klay Thompson ever. This is the most I've ever seen Klay. Like I said, this is the most I've ever seen Klay Thompson. Shouts out to Klay Thompson, bro. Bay legend. Okay, baby.
Oh, I gotta go find the guy.
This is a failed spinoff. It's just something random that I had pulled up for a long time. So shouts out to Nerd Nostalgic. This will be the last thing of the night. Like I said, short stream, 30 minutes in. So we probably gonna end around 45 minutes tonight. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Carry my bags.
Oh, I see it. Just make a right at the telephone booth, a left into the bathroom. Look in the mirror, and you found it.
No, you didn't land in an alternate universe. This isn't the Mandela effect at work, and you aren't misremembering the plot of an iconic 90s TV show. This is The Big House, a family sitcom where a fictionalized version of Kevin Hart moves from a wealthy area of California to Philadelphia to live with his working class aunt and uncle. In other words, the plot of The Fresh Prince got flipped, turned upside down. And we'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. We'll tell you how Kevin Hart got to parody Bel-Air.
I'm not used to the cold weather yet. You mind if I shut this window?
Actually, if that window gets shut, the carbon monoxide from the water heater will kill us. So I like to leave it open.
In the early 2000s, Kevin Hart had only just started his comedy career. He'd found himself a couple of bit parts in Scary Movie 3 and Along Came Polly, and he even appeared on a few episodes of Judd Apatow's short-lived series Undeclared. But he had yet to star in anything or make a big splash regarding his celebrity status. Little did the 25-year-old fledgling comedian know he was about to receive his big break, his very own TV show. After the 80s and 90s TV bubble had popped, ABC was looking to revitalize its once popular TGIF programming block. It needed a sharp and relatable tentpole to bolster ratings, and the best way to do that was with young, fresh talent like Hart.
You're a genius. Thanks, man.
Don't thank me. Thank us.
Behind the camera, ABC had roped in one of the top creative minds they could find to build the show from the ground up. That mind was David Zuckerman, who was best known at the time for developing Family Guy with Seth MacFarlane and, oh yeah, writing and producing The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air between 1993 and 1995. Fresh Prince ended its run in 1996, but remained popular in the 2000s through reruns on ABC's competitor network, NBC.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Zuckerman and Hart looked at the success of the show and apparently thought they could replicate it. Literally, with Zuckerman's insider knowledge, they copied the Will Smith vehicle and came up with a parody of a winning formula to show to ABC. We've got a young actor playing a fictionalized version of himself bound for college, a fish out of water premise, an all-black cast, a comedic relief cousin, and the juxtaposition between wealthy and poor upbringings. Hart even insisted the show was loosely based on his own life, coming back home to Philadelphia after living in LA, similar to how The Fresh Prince was based on the life of record executive Benny Medina. Despite Hart's insistence that the story was in any way unique to him, The Big House was an imitation. There was no way around that simple fact, and it really should have been a selling point. After all, The Fresh Prince is an iconic piece of pop culture history. Putting a comedian at the helm of its parody was a golden idea. Unfortunately, that golden idea could have used a little more polish. Between non-committal network executives, heartbreaking behind-the-scenes treatment, and the actual content of the show, Hart's big break almost broke him.
Maybe this is all my fault, all right? But you guys got to understand, I'm not used to somebody telling me what I can and cannot do.
In 2003, ABC decided to pick up The Big House and even flew Hart out to present the show to the media and potential advertisers. But in a dramatic twist worthy of its own TV spotlight, as he was about to go on stage, Hart received some troubling news. In his own words, during a 60 Minutes interview,
they just said they're not going to go through or pick it up. Somebody should be back here to talk to you shortly. What does that mean?
And so, just like that, Hart's aspirations of stardom were crushed until ABC's executives changed their mind. They called him up, apologized, and asked if he'd like to start filming The Big House as a mid-season replacement in the spring of 2004. After presumably recovering from the whiplash, Hart agreed, and filming for The Big House was underway shortly after. Since it also didn't have the luxury of a catchy exposition-laden theme song, The Big House's pilot has an inexperienced Kevin Hart dump his entire backstory on us in the opening few seconds of the episode. It's a rough start that doesn't get any smoother, as each minute of runtime introduces us to a new tired trope or uncomfortable stereotype.
All of a sudden, you seem fun. Can I come live with you?
Your mileage may vary on Hart's performance as the privileged rich kid, but the weight of the show wasn't entirely on his shoulders. Bonafide movie star Keith David, a pre-Community Yvette Nicole Brown, and comedian Faison Love all starred as various
Not my job.
members of Kevin's family, and they all did their best with what little they were given. The problem is none of them were given very much. The pilot goes through all the expected motions, introducing Hart to his humble new home, reminding him that he doesn't have the same amenities as he used to, instigating a familial dispute, and wrapping it all up with a big wholesome speech. Unsurprisingly, it's the mirror image of the Fresh Prince pilot. Reviews of the episode made it clear that the show had none of Fresh Prince's biting relevance, clever writing,
Dan,
and
what's up?
ironically, none of its
Short stream tonight, Dan. This is the last scene. I gotta get some sleep.
Hart. Will Smith's portrayal of the streetwise kid from Philadelphia was instantly endearing because even when he stuck out, he was charming and effortlessly cool. He represented a level of wish fulfillment in the audience, who could live vicariously through his sudden step into the upper echelons of society.
Steve, David, Henry, this is Will, my nephew by marriage.
Kevin, on the other hand, has to move in the opposite direction. The showrunners didn't seem to have a destination in mind. The obvious way to make the most of the parody would be to turn Kevin into a Carlton archetype, making him a coddled, nerdy, and always upbeat kid who has to face the real world. Conversely, he could have been a rude and entitled rich kid who needs to be brought down to earth. Instead, he toes the line. He's not nerdy enough to be Carlton and not spoiled enough to be a typical
There'll never be another Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm surprised Bel-Air is doing so well.
rich kid. He's written and performed to be a naive yet nice young man who's also vaguely materialistic, but ultimately not that shaken up about his new reality. And that kills a lot of the dramatic potential of any future storylines. It doesn't help that many of the house sets they built.
That's a good question. I think Jim Carrey might be. Kevin Hart is funny. I need to see Jim Carrey on a live stream because Kevin Hart was really funny off the cuff on the live stream for like 6 hours. And that gave me a whole new respect for Kevin Hart's funny and wittiness.
Are indistinguishable from every other moderately nice house that's ever existed in a sitcom. When Will arrives in Bel-Air, he makes it clear that he's had a rough upbringing and that the Banks home feels like it's from another world. The most Kevin can muster in the big house is a distaste for his basement bedroom.
I like what you did. the stains on the rug go nice with the stains on the couch.
It's a much less effective take on the wealth disparity that was such an important component of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And that's not the only place this parody falters. The other core aspect of the Fresh Prince is how it touches on Black culture. It's not like the Big House had to touch on serious social and political topics. It's just an ABC sitcom. But seemingly out of obligation, the pilot and the rest of the show's run threw in several ham-fisted lines about real issues. Issues the Fresh Prince addressed with way more nuance half a decade before. Parody without commentary is really just an uninspired ripoff. And ripoffs are decidedly less fun to watch. But that doesn't mean the Big House didn't have potential. With a few tweaks, the show could have hit its stride. Unfortunately, the show wouldn't get the chance to correct any of its early failings. ABC committed to 13 episodes of the Fresh Prince riff, but even that paltry episode count wouldn't come to fruition. On the first day of shooting their 6th episode, the cast was pulled into a meeting on the living room set and told their show had been canceled, and this would be the final week of work. No official reason was given for the abrupt cancellation, but the likeliest explanation is that the show was just not very good. It wasn't even supposed to make it to its premiere, but once again, ABC changed its mind at the last minute. The show's 6 episodes were allowed to air, but they never returned. No additional episodes were ever ordered, and it's been buried and forgotten ever since. This was a huge blow for Hart, though it wasn't all bad. In a post on his official Facebook page back in 2018, Hart spoke about his time on the Big House and told his fans, 14 years later, I stand where I stand, and I'm so proud of what I accomplished. Don't let failure stop you, people. Use failure as ammunition to gain success. It only makes you stronger. And for better or worse, he's right. Hart has built a thriving career off the back of a failure that could have ruined any chance he had at a future in Hollywood. He fought through the endless back and forth with ABC and came out a winner in the long run. Now, if he only hadn't done Borderlands, then this video could have gone out on a real high note. And well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks so much for watching this.
That'd be Kevin Hart for sure. Yeah, Will Smith is different, bro. With the acting and things of that sort. To start off with Fresh Prince, you're not even an actor. Are you serious? So you just start off casually with like the greatest character, like one of the greatest TV characters of all time? Different. Will Smith is different when it comes to this stuff. He's different with acting, his rapping. He was rapping clean, making hits. Like the 90s, I know a lot of people want to make fun of the music he's releasing now. He's just a dude doing this thing. He's just a dude having this fun and things of that sort. But like in the 90s, bro, he was making hits. No cussing. Like Get Jiggy with It. Dang, what else we got? Sometime. And he had a couple other joints. But he had hits. No cussing on it. He had the other joints and stuff like that. He came back in the 2000s with Headsprung was LL, but he had to switch. He had to Will Smith is just undefeated, dog. And like you said, he's loved by everyone. Although Will Smith had that one slap during the awards that one time. Yeah, I mean, the slap kind of overpowered everything in terms of like how his story is told now, but Will is really him. Like, to be honest, like that's why I give him a pass to want to do this rapping thing, even if it comes off corny, if it comes off as trying to rap, he trying to stay up with the young folks. I don't mind it at all, bro. He could do whatever he wants, whatever he feels like is going to give him that satisfaction, make him feel like, oh man, like I'm feeling fulfilled with life again and stuff like that, because he's worked his behind off for so and so decades. He's made $1 gazillion. Why not? However, I don't like the fact that he bopped out Suave when he decided to sign with the label. He bopped out Suave because Billy 2 deserves a full market push. I don't know what it takes for more people in the world to hear Billy 2 from Suave, but it's an amazing project. Just like Meet the Sun was an amazing project, and I felt like that didn't get the love it deserved either. I just don't know, man. But Suave, keep putting out good music, bro. Keep making music, dog. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a hit back then. Yeah, man. The songs were a hit. This TV show was a hit. He was just him, bro. And then Men in Black was like legendary. Independence Day, legendary. Then iRobot, legendary. The Pursuit of Happiness, classic. These are hit. They weren't just movies. They were hit movies, bro. Shouts out to Will Smith, man. But all right, fellas. SSB Dan, I appreciate y'all. Zero was looking for y'all, by the way, the other day. Men in Black International was all right, but it's not the same. Oh, yeah. You just reminded me. Bad Boys, another classic series. Zero was looking for y'all yesterday, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I did it. I went live at like 6:30 a.m. I went live at 5:30 a.m., which turns me back to the original point. This has to be a short stream because I wanted to spend time with family, and because of that, I gotta wake up early. Yeah. Zero was looking for y'all. He said what he said. He was like, man, I've been by myself in the chat. I said, my bad, Zero, because Zero he works the night shift. That's how he watches all of these. And he got off at probably like 6, but he said he took an extra shift, so he was still at work. He's like, oh yeah, I'm driving home or something like that. But he was like, yeah, I'm in the chat by myself. So he's missing y'all boys, man. But y'all will eventually cross paths again at the same time, things of that sort. What else? Is there anything else? Nah, it's really just I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll be back tomorrow, but I'm trying to think like, should I? No, it's gonna be later tomorrow, probably like the usual time. I'll go up. I'll catch Zero on the next one. Yeah. Hopefully I'll catch Zero on the next one. And then we'll catch up just in general and everything like that. either tomorrow or maybe like Monday night, like when I have a little more time to breathe and stuff. But y'all take care of yourselves, man. Everything. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a smooth Sunday. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good night. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Until next time. Peace.
Rashad,
why you anyway.
didn't hit me up? What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.